Let's see how the spoilers are controlled. The spoiler control is shared by the prim and the sec computers. We will now see a spoiler fault. Assume we are in descent, speed brakes extended, and no previous fault has occurred. Retract the speed brakes to activate the failure. On the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. Observe left spoiler 3 indication in amber on the ECAM flight control page. This indication means that left spoiler 3 has failed in the extended position. The SEC, which controls this spoiler and has detected the fault, will automatically retract it and inhibit the symmetrical one on the other wing, right spoiler 3, also shown in amber. You can now observe on the ECAM flight control page that spoilers 3 on both wings are retracted and shown in amber. Note that when a spoiler has failed on one wing, the symmetrical one is automatically inhibited except for spoilers 4 and 6. As a general rule, spoilers are automatically retracted when faulty or not electrically controlled. As no action is required by the procedure, after review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear flight control.
The status page is displayed for review. As you can see, you have to apply the landing distance procedure. Notice also that in the inoperative systems column, a part of the spoilers are now inoperative. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status.
ECAM actions completed. We will now review the other spoiler aspects we did not have the opportunity to see when performing the previous procedure. Under certain circumstances, speed brake extension can be inhibited. In these cases, the spoilers are automatically retracted and stay in this position until the inhibition conditions no longer exist and the lever is reset. A master caution and an ECAM procedure are also triggered. Each spoiler is fitted with a single actuator, supplied by one of the hydraulic sources. In case of a loss of hydraulic supply, an affected spoiler remains at its current deflection unless pushed down by aerodynamic forces. Summary. Spoiler control is shared by the prim and sec computers. When a spoiler has failed on one wing, the symmetrical one is automatically inhibited, except spoilers 4 and 6. As a general rule, spoilers are automatically retracted when faulty, inhibited, or not electrically controlled. Each spoiler is fitted with a single actuator supplied by one hydraulic source. In case of loss of hydraulic supply, an affected spoiler remains at its current deflection unless pushed down by aerodynamic forces. We have discussed spoiler faults. We will now see a double FC-DC failure. Assume that the aircraft has been dispatched with FC-DC2 faulty as authorized by the minimum equipment list. Notice that the status reminder is displayed on the engine warning display. Call the status page. You can see that FC-DC2 is shown as inoperative. Select the flight control page. Observe, with a single FCDC available, here FCDC 1, the ECAM flight control page indications are normal. Deselect the ECAM flight control page. Assume you are the pilot non-flying. You are in flight and, except for the FCDC 2, everything is normal. On the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. Observe on the ECAM flight control page that the data normally supplied by FCDC 1 or 2 is no longer available for display and is replaced by amber indications or crosses.
The procedure recommends: do not use the speed brakes above flight level 200. Check the flight control computer status by monitoring the left and right flight control panels on the overhead panel. Here, as no fault lights are illuminated, the other computers are all working.
As no further action is required by the procedure, after review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear flight control. The status page is displayed for review. A green message advises us that the flight control indications are lost. You can see in the Inoperative Systems column that FCDC 1 and 2 are now inoperative. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying, clear status. ECAM action completed. You have seen a double FCDC failure. We will now see a turbulence damping fault. Assume you are the pilot non-flying. You are in flight and everything is normal.
On the engine warning display, read the title of the failure. Notice that there are neither oral nor visual warnings, and also that the system page is not called. The turbulence damper function is faulty. As no action is required in the procedure, after review and confirmation from the pilot flying. Note, the function may be manually inhibited by switching the turb damp push button on the overhead panel off, when it is considered that comfort is degraded instead of being improved and no failure is detected. Clear flight control. You can see in the Inoperative Systems column that the turbulence damper function is now inoperative. After review and confirmation from the pilot flying,
ECAM action completed. You have completed the second flight control abnormal module. Let's continue with the third episode.